Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about a new Red Bull admission ahead of the Miami Grand Prix, as well as a new data revelation that's been made about Lewis Hamilton's struggles. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Red Bull, with advisor Helmut Marko feeling the team are in for a difficult race in Miami. Now, as we know, the Red Bull car is not perfect this year. Verstappen still has managed to win races. He won the Japanese Grand Prix. He came close to winning the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. But there's definitely issues on that Red Bull that need sorting, such as the operating window. As we know, it is a bit narrow on that Red Bull and difficult to get on top of. And Marko feels that the operating window of the car doesn't exactly align with the expected heat and humidity of Miami. In his Speed Week column, he said, as quoted by Planet F1, "What do the findings from the first 5 races mean for the upcoming race in Miami? Once again, we're talking about a completely different track, but above all, we're expecting higher temperatures. On paper, that's not an advantage for us. In Jeddah, we were 8 tenths behind McLaren in the 3rd practice session, in significantly warmer conditions than later in qualifying. We and the other opponents expected McLaren to drive away from everyone, but that didn't happen. In Miami, we still expect the conditions to be more in McLaren's favour. Our task at the moment is to develop a broader working window for our race car, and also to reduce certain weaknesses of the car before the races in Europe, and thus improve the basic speed of the car." Now, for me, I don't think this is going to be Red Bull's weekend. For starters, I don't think the tyre wear is the best on that car. I think others are better at looking after their tyres than Red Bull. And when you combine that with the heat and humidity of Miami, I think the team are going to struggle. And on top of that, I think Red Bull perform better at high-speed circuits, and Miami isn't really that. There are a few high-speed corners for sure, but there are quite a few low-speed corners as well. And as a result, I just think this is going to be more of a track for McLaren, where tyre wear is going to be crucial. An ability to adapt to an all-round track is crucial, and McLaren is very good at both of those things. So I do think this is going to be McLaren's weekend. But let's move on to Lewis Hamilton, with it being explained that a trait he's had throughout his career doesn't suit his current Ferrari. Now, as we know, it hasn't been the best start for Hamilton and Ferrari. Yes, Hamilton won the China sprint race, which was a really good result, but other than that, he struggled in the Grand Prix. He's not been on the pace of his teammate Charles Leclerc. And Alex Brundle has gone through Hamilton's data to spot a driving trait that does not suit his SF25. Alex Brundle told the F1 Nation podcast, as quoted by Crash.net, he's talked about moving the car towards him, and he's talked about moving himself towards the car. I look at the data from Lewis every weekend, the trait is the same. He goes into high-speed corners and hits a little bit more brake pressure than Charles Leclerc. You can draw a line directly up the wheel speed graph to the steering trace, and the brake aligns perfectly with a tiny bit of movement. It just upsets the Ferrari everywhere. Leclerc has just missed the measured on the brakes. We know that Lewis had a problem with the same thing. I saw the data at Mercedes. Now, I think this could be a difficult trait to get on top of, because naturally, as you look for more time, you may choose to brake a bit later, maybe apply a bit more brake pressure when you try and do that. And it looks like by doing that, it's just going to punish you again and again, and it could get worse. So a tricky one, I think, but that is something Hamilton is going to have to overcome if he's going to improve his situation at Ferrari. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.